going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger. We are back at you again today with another MLB 16 The Show Risers and Fallers video. It's Monday. It's time for roster update number 2 of the year. They dropped the first one in the middle of the week last week on Wednesday, so that one was a little off-timed, but last year they did it on Mondays, and it looks like they're trying to keep the same format this year with the roster changes and attribute changes on Monday. So here we go. We're jumping into the episode. Now, real quick, a feature that they did add that I didn't go over last time because it wasn't working at the time that I made the video, but you can go over to community and roster update right here in the game on console, and you can see the changes live and in front of you. Now, I like to use daddyleagues.com. They are very quick with the information, but as you can see, you can page through, and these are some of the guys that did get upgrades. You also notice that some of them did not change overalls, like Tulo and Trout, but they're on this list. So some other stats were tweaked. If you look at Mike Trout, his arm strength went down, his reaction went down, and his stealing went up. So very, very interesting. Something that we'll have to pay close attention to, because I didn't notice some of these cards, like Tulo's arm strength going down. I didn't notice these things on daddyleagues.com. I just kind of came across them today. But I'm still going to use that site to go over today's changes, and I do want to jump into the Diamond Dynasty menu as well, because I think, and I like to go through these changes while looking at the marketplace, because a big portion of this is, how is it going to affect the amount of coins or stubs that each card costs. When they do up increase or when they do decrease. I almost said downcrease. I'm sorry. I know that's not a word. So let's jump into it here, guys. Not really much changes this week. A lot of downgrades, honestly. So Justin Upton, the first one, he now plays for the Tigers. He went from a 90 to an 88. So here he is right here now, and the price definitely dropped down as well. If I do recall correctly, he was around 10K stubs, so he's dropped quite a bit. JD Martinez, his teammate, who has been just punishing the baseball. He's having a really good start to the season. He's a good player. I had his card last year for a little while. A good power hitter. He goes +1 from an 85 to an 86, so there's an increase there. We are going to go over to the AL West and check out the Astros. I'm not going to lie, I haven't heard Carlos Gomez. I haven't heard his name like once this year, so he must be really stinking it up, because he got a -3. He goes from an 89 to an 86, and I don't believe, this is a little disappointing, so I guess you would have to go to the roster changes to see the specific stats that were decreased. But he goes -3, so he must have lost a lot all over the place. His price dropped a ton too. He used to be around 10K. I think even a little bit more, because he's a good power hitter. He has good speed, so a very good combination. But like I said, he goes down a ton. So we're gonna go over to the Twins here, look at one of their closers, Kevin Jepson. There he is right now. He's an 81 overall. He got a big boost, 2 points. That's pretty big at this point in the year. So he goes from a 79 to an 81 overall. And then speaking of 2 points, and this is a guy who I haven't really paid attention to what he's been doing this year, but I'm a little disappointed that he went down. I guess he must be having a bad time right now, and that's Sin Soo Choo. So if you've ever used his cards in either Diamond Dynasty or in Battle Royale, he has a very, very big strike zone if you're using I keep forgetting the damn name of the pitching or hitting indicator, where you perch your little cursor where you want to swing the bat. Whatever the hell it's called, I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comment section. He's always got a very wide range, so it's disappointing to see him go down. These will affect cards in Battle Royale as well, so he takes a hit. A guy who got an increase, and I'm not going to go over all of these guys, but again, you can go on daddyleagues.com, or you can go to the roster changes spot in the console. But a guy who did get an increase, who was he's tearing it up, man. Kiki Hernandez from the Dodgers. He goes up to a 79. This is a card that you might want to go out and grab, because, I mean, if he keeps playing the way that he's playing, he can continue to increase. And you can see he's still super cheap right now. Basically 225 stubs you can get him for. I would pick up this card. This guy, he's got potential to be a gold card eventually. Well, we'll have to see. It's very, very earlier in the year, but you just never know, guys. Kenta Maeda, I can't figure this one out for the life of me, guys. he got a -1. Now, I don't know what stats were affected, and it would probably make more sense for me to go over to the roster, change the section to actually look at it, but I don't feel like backing out of the screen right now with the slow load times that the show occasionally has that night. But he goes -1, and all this dude has done is allowed 1 run in 3 starts. I just don't get what they... I just don't know, guys. I don't know. He's been pitching really, really well. And trust me, I'm a Dodger hater. I mean, I'm a Rockies fan. I'll hate the Dodgers all day. So I don't know. I don't get that one. Whatever. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him going forward. And then just one other one that I do want to talk about that kind of confused me as well. We're going to go back to the AL, and that's with Rajai Davis. Now, I haven't paid attention to what he's been doing. I'm going to talk about the Indians in a video later this week because I think they have a very talented team and they could surprise some people. But this dude last week got a +1, and I'm trying to figure this out. And again, I haven't looked into exactly what decreased, but Wednesday, which was less than a week ago, he went from, I believe it was an 81 to an 82, and now less than 5 days, I think 5 days later, they minus him 5. That's a big, big change. He's a 77 overall. Again, I don't know how he's been performing. I just don't understand how 5 days later he could be 5 points worse. So I think this is them admitting to a mistake last week, giving him an increase. I just guessed that maybe, I don't know. So Dan Straley from the Cincinnati Reds goes +6 to a 77 overall. They added my boy Tyler Chatwood. That's a card to look out for the Rockies. He pitched very, very well yesterday against the Cubs. Had a very good first outing against the D-backs. Struggled a little bit in his middle start of the game. But other than that, I mean, there's not really many that stand out to me. A couple guys that are like, went from 70s to 60s. Nothing extremely important, but you can see the full list at daddyleagues.com, guys. Go check out the website. I do appreciate you for watching the video. Check out my gameplay from earlier today if you missed it. It's a pretty good one, and we're talking about some stub waking and building your team ability concepts, and I don't even know what I'm saying, guys. I'm going to watch the Rockies game. They're up 1-0 on the Reds. Hopefully they're up 80-0 by the time you guys are watching this video. Peace!